104.1 FM and 990 AM WEEB. Already been texted and said, hey, your stream's not up. I went, oh, forgot to start it. It's up now. So, anyway, we got that all handled. All right, let's move on. Lots to talk about. Last night's debate. The Democratic second tier or second panel of Democratic contenders. I heard one lady this morning saying, you know, all I heard last night were attacks among the candidates, attacking each other, and, of course, attacking the president. Yeah. She says, I didn't hear many new ideas.
No, there aren't any new ideas in that crowd, and that's standard. I mean, you have to try to separate yourself from the crowd there, and they're all going to beat each other up. I mean, Republicans do it, Democrats do it. But like she said, though, the key there is new ideas. There are none in that crowd.
Well, there were a couple of ideas, but they're so off the chart they will never make it through legislation. One of it being their green and their health care. You know, all these Medicare for all people, well, that would cost the taxpayer $30 billion. I'm sorry, my bad.
Trillion.
Yeah. Dollars. 30 trillion. You can't even fathom how much $1 trillion is. But that's what they're willing to spend. And it won't come out and say it that you're going to pay the tax. It doesn't come for free, as everybody thinks. The 1%, the rich and 1% will pay their fair share. They don't have $30 trillion in their hip pocket.
No, they don't.
So what will happen is, just to give you economic law and facts, is it'll set off a round of inflation like you've never seen before. We will go into another Great Depression, and it might go worldwide. Because you cannot yank that kind of money out of the economy.
It would go worldwide. It would be the collapse of society.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah, it just gets ridiculous after a while.
I mean, what you see on the newscasts and pick your place in Syria, in the slums. Pick your third world country, third world city, Venezuela. That's what you got coming if they do these things.
Yeah, and the other, Biden was trying to defend Obamacare. Everybody else trying to give it all away. Then when they talked about immigration, they all had a common theme in their lie, the one biggest lie of all. And that is they were trying to say, oh, this president rips families apart. You heard that over and over again.
Yeah.
No, this president's following the law, which the Democrats won't do anything about. He's begged them to.
Yeah.
But when you hop the fence illegally and say asylum, the
illegally.
The law requires you to be put in a detention center. The law also says children don't go to detention centers.
Right.
So that's when they're separated from their family by law. And they're saying, oh, he's using an executive law to do all this. No, the law requires him to. And they do nothing to change it.
It's congressional law that does that.
That's right. He's been begging to get it changed, and they won't do it. Because this way they can say, he rips families apart. And perpetuate a pure lie. So if you want to elect liars who have no conscience about it, you know where the
well, they were standing there on the stage last night.
You know where they're located, and they'll have their next debate in September. And you can tell who CNN's favorites were. They were Biden, Harris, Spartacus, and on the other stage is Bernie and Elizabeth. Those were the ones that the media love and will be pushing forth their agenda because they do the bidding of the Democratic Party.
Yeah, it's been expressed by many people, but the first thing that has to happen for tyranny to succeed is the control of information. And you have a press here, a media that lies to you either by omission or outright lies, and that's what they're doing here.
Yep.
And what you're going to end up with, you're not going to like.
On a local front, if you just came in, as I say, we got our school board and His Holiness, the superintendent, Bob Grimacy, continuing their usual stupidity in that, first of all, they bought a land that was surrounded by pesticide dumps, and they did a Tier 1 study. Company came out there and did a Tier 1 study. I'm not picking on the company. Don't get me wrong on this. We are pointing out some things that just don't make any good business sense whatsoever. They pick a company, we'll just call them Company A, to come out and do the soil and engineering study on the land. And they came up with, the pesticides are benign and, nothing's there to hurt kids. That's the quick bottom line of it. Well, we, along with hundreds of others of you out there, raised the question, why build it near a pesticide dump? Why take the chance? We don't know what's going to happen to them in 30, 60 years from now, the children that go to that school. Why take the chance? It's stupid. Well, they go and buy the land anyway. And they put up the paper says 50% through. More like 30. But they've gone ahead and put a lot of money into it. And we still don't know whether it's a safe site or not. I don't see anybody else building homes out there. You know why? Because they can't sell them if they do. So the pilot's all on board, the school board's all on board, giving us a song and dance about how it's safe and blah, blah, blah. The bottom line is they go and say, okay, we're going to waste 25 million, not 20,000.
Yeah.
My bad. I'm trying to do in some embellishment there.
That's a little much.
They say, we're going to waste $25,000 of the taxpayers' money to do a level 2 study out there. And we're dumb enough, we're going to hire the first company to come out here and test it again.
Right.
Because we're smart. We're the school board. Right. And His Holiness Bob goes along with this.
Yeah, confirm your result with the same company. Yeah, smart. Yeah. And then sit there and ballyhoo the fact that you're going to spend $25,000 that we don't have to spend, which is pocket change to old Bob. Look at the millions they've wasted that we don't even know about. I mean, you've got this architectural firm, all kinds of things going on there. We're wasting millions of dollars with, and they're gonna sit there and whimper and whine about $25,000.
Yeah, his assistant holiness, John Barath, sitting there picking architectural firms, not keeping state mandated notes of the minutes. Of the meetings, and the firm he used to work for gets 4 schools to be the architect on.
Right, on an open-ended, and that's an open-ended contract too. They get their fee based on the value of the school they design, not a flat fee.
Yeah, so cha-ching to them.
Yeah. So do I design? Hey, I'll give you a percentage of what you design for me. You're gonna design a $10 million school or a $40 million school? Oh, what is it? $39 million school? Whatever it is, doesn't matter. Yeah, you're gonna build 4 of them.
Brath used to work for this architectural firm, so you wonder what's going on. And the other things that are going on include price fixing. I'll say it just out loud. I'll tell you it's happening because I went into a meeting with some of the upper-tiered staff out there at the county, and they were gloating that, we were amazed how all the prices came in at within $2,000 of each other on the second school.
That's the construction bids, ladies and gentlemen. No construction companies are going to come in that close.
That's right.
What was there, 4 of them?
Yeah.
4 construction companies bid to build a school and come within how many dollars of each other?
$2,000.
$2,000. Now, hey,
on a $30 million project.
Hey, now, come on, ladies and gentlemen. Even one of you who has no experience in contracting, building, etc., understands that there's something wrong there.
Yeah, and I said, you know what? I said, you're amazed. You know what it tells me? You got collusion going on. And their eyes got all big and wide, and I went, Nobody comes in within $2,000. If you had two of them together,
Right.
That close, I would tell you you got
Maybe.
collusion between those two.
Yeah.
But you got collusion between all four of them. Because they sit around on a Sunday afternoon and they decide who gets what project. And then we had a bid come in and got withdrawn, but not within the statutory period you could withdraw a bid.
And not for a good reason.
Yes. And so we're due what's called the bid bond that they have to attach to their bid. And in this case, it's 5%, and do the math, it's $1.5 million. That's due us. But what does the school do? They go, oh, we would have to litigate to get that money, and it's really not worth it, and we don't know if we'd win. And me. No, you don't. No, you don't. You call the insurance commissioner if they don't pay off on their bid, because it's an insurance policy put out by Travelers in this case. And if Travelers doesn't pay, you call the insurance commissioner and say, find out why.
Yeah. They're lazy.
And get our money.
And they don't represent the voters here. They represent I don't know what, but they do not represent you and your money and it's efficient school administration, et cetera, et cetera. They don't represent any of that. They do not represent you, period.
You know, they even the poorest manager on this earth can get something put up if he can spend enough money to get it. And that's what's going on here. You got people who are not in the construction industry at all. I wouldn't call John Brath in the construction industry. He's an architect. It's different ballgame.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Two different things.
Yeah. That's like a heart surgeon versus a podiatrist. You know, it's two different ball games. And you don't want one working on the other.
No, you got somebody who's putting some pencil marks on a piece of paper versus somebody who's actually got to translate that and put hard objects in the ground, build things, dig things, whatever. And construction people will tell you quite often whatever they're looking at on a piece of paper doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, they might get it on paper, but getting it on the ground,
Nope.
It's not working. I've had that situation many times. Well, not too often, but when we were building something unique, you run into that.
Yeah, exactly. If you have your cookie cutter, house plans, et cetera,
Yeah.
but you're building one of a kind, large industrial plants, large schools, et cetera, you've got to know what you're doing.
And then we got local builders around here willing to save the county millions of dollars on the construction of these buildings, and the school board and its holiness up there just turns a deaf ear.
Yeah, and put some people to work here instead of bringing them from out of town.
Yeah. Let all this construction money head up the road to Cary. Whose brainchild was that? Oh, it was me, Your Holiness, Bob Grimacy. Yeah. I'm so smart. Watch me, I'm going to go throw another temper tantrum in the offices over here. All right, so that's where we are. And now we got a soil and material engineering firm out there confirming their original study. Yeah. I wonder how that's going to come out. Big surprise. Wink, wink. And Dr. Bob saying, it must come up positive for the school board. Wink, wink. All right, let's get on with something to lighten up today. Woodstock, this might depress you. Woodstock 50, the concert to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the original in 1969, was officially canceled yesterday. It had been in turmoil since being announced. Here's the latest info on the Woodstock 50.
The concert for the 50th anniversary of Woodstock. Woodstock 50 has been canceled. For ticket refunds, contact the... Oh, wait. Nobody bought tickets. Forget it.
Well, nobody bought tickets to the first one. That's
they
the whole
just crashed
point.
the gate.
Well, yeah, that's the whole point. That's why this wouldn't work.
Hey, man, just saw the smell of weed over
that's
there.
right.
It'll get you there.
There's a haze over there. That's where I'm going. Yeah.
Yeah, you can dance in the mud. And,
Yeah. Yep.
well, Jeff's kind of in a happy mood this morning because the NFL preseason starts today.
Does it?
Are you ready for some meaningless football?
Yeah, there you
Pro
go.
football is back. Yeah! The NFL preseason is underway with the Broncos taking on the Falcons. Don't miss.
Some rookies trying to make the team.
And cheer on most of the starters.
Standing around on the sidelines in their jerseys.
It's 4 weeks of totally meaningless games, but you'll probably watch it anyway because it's football.
No, like I said, I talked to a lot of different people, but you've got
It's all the second-tier players trying to make the team. Is what
right.
it is.
You have a lot of college players and people that follow various teams, college teams and players, etc. And they like to watch them play one more time, knowing that this may very well be the last time they play. So there's it's the transition, kind of transitions a little bit from college into pros, and it's. People go. I mean, maybe not in Cincinnati, but you go to New York and Chicago, et cetera, and people are going to those games. Dallas, they're going.
Well, they have another meeting for the acronym WTF, Widows to Football out there.
Year after year, millions of women across the country are afflicted with a devastating condition known as WTF, Widows to Football.
Are you going to sit there on the couch all day and watch game after game?
Yes.
WTF?
Symptoms include frustration, loneliness, and anguish.
WTF?
Currently, there are only a few treatment options: shopping, overeating, talking with your friends on the phone, and extramarital affairs.
Honey, gotta go.
Hey, WTF?
Widows to Football, WTF, now through February. Check your listings for affair times.
Yeah. It's also the first day of August.
Yes, it is.
Where did the summer go? Not well around
Still
here.
here.
Around here, we're just getting started.
You got a couple of more weeks.
It's through August, man. October is where it lasts.
Yeah. Well, officially.
When we were
about
putting up the
5 weeks left.
FM antennas on this tower out here, it was in October of 2016 and August of 2016. And it was 90-something degrees, and the dew point was 75.
Oh, I remember.
I was asking that tower climber, how can you stand it?
Well, he's above all that. He's not in all that humidity up there. Got a little
I'll tell you,
breeze,
rain
too.
or shine or heat or cold, he gives you your money's
That
worth.
thing sways back and forth, so he's getting a little breeze up there.
Well, he says once he gets above the treetops, it's
Oh, yeah.
like the air conditioner comes on.
Right.
But it's still got the sun beat down on you.
Well, I remember I was here one Christmas with my parents. It was like 90 degrees on Christmas Day. Like, where the heck am I?
Anyway, it's the first day of summer. Not to mention, it's the first half of the year is gone.
Welcome to August, the 8th month of the year. What the hell happened to June and July? How did that happen? You are freaking out. You still haven't gone on vacation. You went to the bathroom and more than half of the year passed. You haven't done a thing this year other than become more of a disappointment to your family. It's almost back to school time. Football season's practically here. Get to it, Buttercup. Put down the bong, unplug your video games, and do something. This message brought to you by Reality and Procrastinators.
Well, it's Shark Week on the Discovery Channel, but if you're looking for something a little less intense, you can check out the programming on the Hallmark Channel.
You love learning about the ocean and its inhabitants, but you can't handle the blood and guts of Shark Week. Try the friendly alternative. The Hallmark Channel presents Seahorse Week. See the graceful, carefree seahorse dancing along the ocean floor. There's a small crustacean. I think he'll have a bite. Look at the playful seahorse in a game of hide and seek behind that soft coral. Where'd he go? There he is! You won't see disgusting shark bite wounds or baby seal carcasses. Nope, just the glorious seahorse. It's Seahorse Week on the Hallmark Channel. Just between you and me, he's not a real horse. He just kind of looks like a horse in the sea. Seahorse Week, following the magical world of mollusks, only on Hallmark.
The drunk Delta pilot, what kids think of Bearded Man and Christian Stewart, here's Ghost. These are some of the Topics taken up by the late-night boys last night.
A Delta pilot was removed from a fully boarded flight and arrested yesterday for allegedly attempting to fly the plane while intoxicated. How did he get alcohol? Said people in coach.
Listen, this a new study found that kids see bearded men as strong but unattractive. The study raised a lot of questions like, why the hell are we asking kids if they find bearded men attractive?
In a new interview, Kristen Stewart says she can hear ghosts. No one has a heart to tell her those aren't ghosts. They're just people who saw her last 3 movies going, boo!
That last one was David Spade. We knew that wouldn't be funny. Just goes with that territory. A woman and her family went to an air show over the weekend that got canceled due to high winds. As she was leaving, she needed to use a porta potty, but as soon as she sat down, the wind tipped the porta potty toilet door side down.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
And trapped her inside. Here she is recalling the embarrassing moment.
As soon as I was trying to sit, the whole thing just went on my back, the door facing downwards, and I'm actually sleeping on it, and I could feel all the water and everything falling on me. Oh my gosh, I was thinking like crazy. I was a mess. My hair had some toilet paper in it. I had blue water, pea water. I saw some needles there. Oh, I had like almost 2 hours shower. I was in the shower for the longest time.
I bet.
Everybody going in there and shooting up.
Where was this? Like an air show?
Yeah.
Doing needles?
Yeah.
Good Lord.
It's everywhere, man. Comedian told an audience member to stop talking during a set, which sent the guy into a rage. He jumped up and attacked him.
I do know who you are, so stop talking.
That last one sounded expensive.
No kidding. Where was this? This is some stand-up guy?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. People, it's out of hand.
He doesn't know how to do it, man. He's got the cord. He's got the microphone. You use it like a nunchuck. You hit him in the head and snatch your mic back.
I guess. I don't know. Good.
Doesn't even have to leave the stage to whoop his ass.
The few times when I was up in Virginia Beach, they had a couple of comedy places up there, and we went to one. And, you know, if somebody even started talking loud, there were 2 guys would walk right over there and say, hey, you know, keep it down or we will take you out. It wasn't we will escort you out. It was we will take you out. And I looked at it. Yeah, they look like they could take you somewhere, too.
All right, time to guess the sound. Before I give you any clues, see if you can get it off the top.
Watch your head.
It sounds like an elephant.
It is.
It is an elephant? Okay.
Attacking a tour bus in Africa.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, right.
Used its trunk and toss to hit several times on the bus as it tried to drive away. Well, you ticked him off one too many times.
Yeah, why don't you just leave the elephant?
I'm tired of you showing up about the time I got to take my morning bowel movement.
Yeah, jeez, good.
And a woman, all right, what's this sound here?
I see you, kitty cat. There's a cougar.
No, it's wrong sound. Where'd it go? All right, here it is.
I have no clue what that is. Somebody's dragging something across the floor, it sounds like.
Not too far off. It's a door closing, which sounds like the theme of Jaws.
Okay, so
rub it on the floor.
Rub it on the floor. Yeah, okay. And then somebody's just sitting there going back and forth with it. Well, good for them. I think I'd have a file or a plane or something and take care of that pretty quick.
And then there's this woman, a British woman in Colombia, was being stalked by a mountain lion while she was out walking her dog last Tuesday, but she managed to scare it off by grabbing her phone and blasting the Metallica song "Don't Tread on Me," which you're listening to. Here she is talking to it before stopping to play the song.
I see you, kitty cat. There's a cougar watching me. Whoosh. Whoosh. Get out of here. Go on. Bad kitty. Go. You little bastard. Get out of here. Go on.
Yeah, she's dumb enough for our meal tonight.
Well, I don't know. You can't run, so you're not going to outrun it.
That's what I'm saying. And Cougar's saying, yep, she's dumb enough.
Well, I don't know. I can't
Bet
remember.
she goes, bad kitty.
Yeah,
I'd be going, get the mom, out of here, you stupid mom.
I'd have to read up on what to do if you find a cougar, because I can't imagine. Well, running wouldn't be an option. I'm sure of that.
No, you're not going to outrun it.
But you got to probably supposed to face it and make noise or something.
Yeah.
So she probably did the right things.
Then you got a female crocodile in Australia who uses his snout to smack a male crocodile, and it sounds just like the crack of a baseball bat hitting a ball.
You're really lucky getting to see this.
Okay, that was an exciting moment there.
The female crocodile is hitting the male crocodile.
Yeah.
Across the snout. Okay.
All right, coming up on 8 o'clock, time for all your latest news, sports, and weather, and it all starts right now.
Keep the umbrellas handy for the next several days. Very unsettled weather in the forecast. We'll have some late-day thunderstorms today. Some pockets of heavy rain will be possible. It's going to be hot and steamy with highs in the low 90s, but the heat index close to 100 this afternoon. Some storms early on tonight, then mostly cloudy with lows near 70. Scattered showers and thunderstorms possible again Friday with high temperatures in the low to mid-80s. I'm meteorologist Amy Wilmoth in the Weather Center.
Broadcasting from the top of the North Carolina Sand Hills, 97.3 FM, 104.1FM, and 990 AM, WEEB, Southern Pines, Pinehurst, Aberdeen.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. 10 Democrats running for president take on themselves and President Trump. Correspondent Tim McGuire.
In the second CNN debate, former Vice President Joe Biden denounced Medicare for All, singling out New York Mayor Bill de Blasio and California Senator Kamala Harris on his $30 trillion price tag.
I don't know what math you do in New York. I don't know what math you do anywhere in California, but I tell you, that's a lot of money, and there will be a deductible. The deductible will be out of your paycheck.
As for families crossing the border with Mexico, Harris and others argued against detention.
These children have not committed crimes and should be not treated like criminals.
All of them blasted President Trump. New Jersey Senator Cory Booker.
We in the United States Congress should start impeachment proceedings immediately.
Some of those on the stage will not reach the party's tougher requirements to get into September's debate.
And the Heritage Foundation's Genevieve Wood says this week's debates highlight a glaring ideological divide in the Democratic Party.
There is definitely a far left wing, and there's a more moderate wing. All of them want to spend more money than Republicans do, but the bottom line is there are definitely some who want to go farther left than others.
She says a roaring economy will make it tougher for any of the Democrat challengers to unseat President Trump. Still missing, the pilot of a Navy fighter jet that crashed yesterday morning in Death Valley. 7 people on the ground hurt when the plane went down. The search for the pilot continues. A natural gas pipeline explosion overnight in Lincoln County, Kentucky, left 1 person dead, 5 others hospitalized. The explosion sending flames shooting 300 feet into the air. Nearby railroad tracks were destroyed. A mobile home park had to be evacuated. On Wall Street, Dow futures up 26 points. S&P futures better by 1. NASDAQ futures up 9 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
You know, I'm not a genius about money. I love my credit cards, and they love me. I was using them as a source of income, and then I got behind in my payments, and creditors were calling. I figured I had a problem, and I didn't know how to deal with it. I heard about Trinity, so I called and talked to a counselor. In half an hour, we worked out a plan. Now I've got one easy monthly payment, a lower interest rate, and I'm getting out of debt.
If you're in an endless cycle of paying on credit card balances that never seem to go away, then get ready for a toll-free number that will put you on a path to financial recovery. Trinity will consolidate your accounts, put a stop to late fees and over-limit charges, reduce your interest, and possibly improve your credit score. You'll save thousands. If your debt has you down, we should talk. Call 1-800-990-6976. That's 1-800-990-6976. Call 1-800-990-6976.
The Chinese military in Hong Kong sending what appears to be a thinly veiled threat to anti-government demonstrators.
As pro-democracy protesters in Hong Kong threaten to take to the streets for a 9th weekend in a row, China's People Liberation Army troops stationed in the Chinese territory have released a highly produced video showing soldiers engaged in combat. Earlier posts from the Chinese garrison in Hong Kong showed patriotic images of smiling soldiers. This video features dramatic footage of troops training to fight, driving tanks, setting off explosives, and uncoiling barbed wire. The increasingly aggressive posturing will fuel concerns that Beijing could eventually use military force to end violent protests.
The BBC's Celia Hatton. Russian authorities say forest fires spreading in remote areas of Siberia and the Far East, areas that firefighters cannot reach. News and analysis at townhall.com. Differences among Republicans forcing the Senate to delay a vote on a budget and debt limit bill.
Can you hear it? Senator Rand Paul telling colleagues that if they listen closely, they can hear what he calls a dirge.
A funeral march. It's the death of a movement.
A movement that once brought hundreds of thousands of people to the National Mall.
Today is the final nail in the coffin. The Tea Party is no more.
Despite the intra-party disagreements, Leader Mitch McConnell remains confident the bill should and will pass.
It's a deal that every one of my colleagues should support when we vote on it in the near future.
The bill expected to pass with bipartisan support. Bob Agnew, Capitol Hill.
President Trump heads west later today, another of his signature campaign-style rallies, this one in Cincinnati. Ohio Republican Congressman Steve Chabot says he hopes tonight's crowd will not take up the chant of "send her back," referring to Democrat Congresswoman Ilhan Omar of Minnesota. More on these stories at townhall.com.
This is Chuck from Sunbelt Service Pros. Are you just not feeling it anymore with your AC service provider? Are you calling those guys because that's what you've always done, or because there's a sticker on the thermostat with an old phone number on it? How about this? Take a chance and you'll be thrilled to find that you're getting real value for your heating and cooling dollars. When you call Sunbelt Service Pros, you are dealing with a professional and reliable service provider. Our technicians are highly trained and certified and can quickly address any issues. Our customers find our technicians and office staff courteous, friendly, and professional throughout the whole process. We're doing something right here. You need to check us out, find out what you've been missing, and call us today. Sunbelt Service Pros at 910-944-2044 or go online to sunbeltservicepros.com.
Hi, this is Dave Pierce with Rent-A-Wreck on US 1 down in Aberdeen. Don't let the name fool you. We have clean, dependable, late model cars and vans available. We've been serving the community for over 25 years with our fast, friendly service without the hassle. Ask about our weekly special. You pay for 6 days and get the 7th day for free. Call now to book your reservation, 910-944-9444. 910-944-9444. But don't let the name fool you. 910-944-9444. I promise you it's the best wreck you ever got into.
Donuts so heavenly you'd think they were made by angels. Southern Angel Donut Company is now open for your heavenly pleasure in Olmsted Village behind the First National Bank. And the angels are up daily at 3 a.m. making donuts the old-fashioned way, preparing holy taste bud delights like the maple bacon donut or their special apple fritters. And hey, Southern Angel Donuts make great business icebreakers because who doesn't like a great donut? Give Southern Angel Donuts a try today. Open 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily.
Hi, this is Chef Karen at Philly and Colts. I'm so sorry you didn't get to the beach this weekend, but here's the next best thing. Friday seafood night is back at Philly and Colts. Come by for a fish sandwich or a full-blown plate of calabash-style fresh seafood. Join us out on the patio. Relax. Enjoy a cocktail. Do I hear waves? Seagulls? Philly and Colts at Little River Golf and Resort, 692-4411.
My name is Ward Rowland. A good insurance agent has to put the needs of his clients first. As a law enforcement officer, I spent 11 years protecting and serving my community. It is my honor and privilege to serve Moore County and North Carolina residents with their insurance needs. If you're a local small business owner, you know how important it is to be there for your customers. As a State Farm agent and small business owner in Moore County, I'm here to help you protect your small business. Talk with me or stop in today. My office is in downtown Southern Pines, 277 West Pennsylvania Avenue.
A light source in downtown Aberdeen on West Main Street is going out of business, slashing prices 50 to 75% off, and everything must go. There's still plenty of quality inventory with amazing deals for your lighting needs. Swap out your old and dated lighting for brand new designer pieces, crystal chandeliers, or modern ceiling fans. Don't take this opportunity lightly. 50 to 75% off. A light source in downtown Aberdeen on West Main Street, open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Don't miss it.
At CI News, I'm Mike Rayleigh. The prosecutor in the 9th District congressional election scandal says they are dealing with the investigation in a thorough way. Wake County District Attorney Lauren Freeman told the News and Observer the ballot fraud cases involving McCrae Dallas and others is complex.
Certainly, in as much as we are now up to over a dozen felony charges against Mr. Dallas, and that investigation is still ongoing. Some may see this as a ramping up. We're just trying to methodically work through the evidence.
Last night was the second night of round 2 of the Democratic debates. CBS News correspondent Major Garrett says Joe Biden looked better than he did after the first debate.
Last night he came in as a plane losing altitude and airspeed. Not a good thing in politics or avionics. But 2 of the engines kicked in, so 2 of the 4 are now going.
Yes.
Like a dramatic movie.
The tropics are heating up as we're approaching August. Right now, we're watching 2 tropical waves in the Atlantic. The first wave near the Bahamas only has a 10% chance, right now becoming a tropical depression. The tropical system further out in the Atlantic has a better chance of getting stronger. For the first time since 2008, the Federal Reserve has cut interest rates, which can make it easier for consumers to borrow money. CBS News business analyst Joe Schlesinger says the Federal Reserve wants to control inflation.
They're worried that prices are not rising fast enough. It may seem a little bit weird to imagine this. The Fed wants a little bit of inflation, but not too much inflation. And the reason is they want people to get wage increases and to spend more money in the economy. That was their joint rationale.
Carolina Panthers billionaire owner David Tepper says his goal is to build a retractable roof stadium in Charlotte within the next 10 years in an effort to attract major sporting events to the state.
What I would love if we could ever do to get people supported is to put a roof, some sort of roof in here and have a Final Four in North Carolina.
You're listening to NCI News.
There's no place like home. It has a certain magic all its own. And memories are made there every day. A lifetime of good times shared along the way. Have yourself a Bluebell Country Day.
Bluebell introduced the original cookies and cream ice cream. So every time you dig into that familiar creamy vanilla ice cream that's loaded with chunks of chocolate cream cookies, you can say thanks. You're more than welcome.
A lifetime of good times shared along the way. Have yourself a Bluebell Country Day.
Pipeline exploded in Kentucky early this morning. CBS This Morning's Michelle Miller has details.
A massive pipeline explosion overnight killed at least one person in Kentucky. Flames shot hundreds of feet into the sky southwest of Lexington. Witnesses say it was visible for miles. The fire destroyed several homes. The Lincoln County coroner confirms at least one death. 5 other people were taken to the hospital. Residents who live within a mile radius of the explosion were evacuated. Emergency officials say it was caused by a ruptured gas line.
It appears a law banning handheld cell phones will not get out of the General Assembly this year. The Hands-Free NC Act died in a Senate committee, but officials are still seeking more regulation on distracted driving. Tiffany Wright of AAA Carolina says,
we wanted there to be stricter penalties. You know, we wanted to see points on license. We wanted to see all of that happen because I really do think you have to hit folks in the wallet a lot of times to change behavior.
Sources say a son of Osama bin Laden, who was in line to take over for his father, has died. CBS News correspondent David Mark.
Zawahiri didn't measure up to bin Laden, and they suffered from that. And the loss of Hamza, I think, is pretty substantial because there's not another Hamza behind him.
Fran Townsend was President George W. Bush's counterterrorism advisor.
You take out somebody like that at the top of an organization, and an organization is going to flounder for leadership.
As recently as last February, the U.S. believed Hamza was alive and offered a $1 million reward for information leading to his capture or death.
North Carolina's largest health insurer says it will make money after 6 years of selling subsidized policies under the Affordable Care Act and wants to cut average premiums by more than 5% for individuals and 3% for small businesses. Blue Cross Blue Shield made the announcement on Wednesday. Mike Rayleigh, NCN News.
We'll have partly cloudy skies today. It's going to be hot and steamy. High temperatures in the low 90s. The heat index close to 100. And we have the potential for late-day thunderstorms. Some pockets of heavy rain in some of them. And we'll still have some storms early tonight. Otherwise, mostly cloudy. Lows around 70 degrees. Friday, scattered showers and thunderstorms likely again, with high temperatures climbing into the lower to middle 80s. For the North Carolina News Network, I'm meteorologist Amy Wilmoth in the Weather Center.
Right now, here in the Sand Hills area, it's sunny and 70 degrees, humidity 93%, dew point 68, pressure 3012, winds calm, visibility 10 statute miles. It's 8:13. Let's take a look at your Sand Hills news for this Thursday morning. Moore County District Attorney Maureen Kruger announced yesterday on this show that she will not seek re-election. The announcement came during the second hour of our show here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. Kruger has served as the district attorney since January 2007. She had filed for re-election and was facing Michael Hardin in an upcoming election in 2020. During the interview on WEEB, she announced that her plans had changed. She went on to say that her term would expire in December 31st of 2020, and she had enough time in and that she would actually retire and spend time with her children. Kruger began working in Moore County as the assistant district attorney in 1997. She opened a private practice in 2002, representing clients in custody matters, personal injury, and criminal defense. In 2007, she was appointed to a 2-year term as district attorney in Moore County. In 2008, she successfully ran for election and to retain her position as Moore County's district attorney. And Governor Roy Cooper kicks off to the 3rd annual Governor's School Supply Drive to encourage school supply donations for public school students and teachers across the state. On average, teachers spend about $500 of their own money on supplies for their classrooms each year. The supply drive will run from now through August 16th. Supplies requested for donations include paper of all types, including copy paper, pens and pencils, USB flash drives, dry eraser markers, folders, sanitizing wipes, and tissues. Donation bins will be available at the North Carolina State Employment Credit Unions located throughout the state, and here in Moore County there are 2 of them. One on 15501 and the second at 160 Savannah Gardens in Carthage. That's your latest Sand Hills news this morning, but stand by. Here comes your latest in sports right here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. It's 8:16.
NCN Sports. Good morning. I'm Tony Rixby. Golf galore in Greensboro today as the PGA Tour's final regular season event, the Wyndham Championship, gets underway. Plenty of bubble players are trying to force their way into the top 125 and earned a spot in the first FedEx playoff tournament. Now the Wyndham Rewards Top 10 program pays out $10 million in bonuses to those in the top 10. Round 1 getting underway today at the Sedgefield Country Club. Brant Snedeker is the defending champion.
It's obviously a huge week for everybody in the field. You know, for guys trying to keep their card, for guys trying to move up in the FedEx Cup point list, for a guy like me, who every point really matters right now, trying to solidify a good regular season and get ready for trying to make East Lake.
Tampa Bay Rays winning for the 5th time in 6 games, topping the Red Sox, as we hear from Gethin Coolball.
Austin Meadows' early 3-run blast spotted Tampa a 5-run lead on the way to a 6th win in 9 tries after entering a half game out of the second AL wildcard. Kevin Kiermaier added a solo homer and RBI triple in his return. J.D. Martinez and Michael Chavis homered as the Red Sox lost their 3rd straight following an inactive deadline day.
The Dodgers erupted into the 9th inning to beat the Rockies, as we hear from Bruce Morton in Denver.
The Dodgers got all their runs in the 9th inning, good for a 5-1 victory over Colorado. It was 0-0 until Will Smith delivered a homer with Cody Bellinger and Corey Seager on base. That big fly came off loser Wade Davis, who then gave up a 2-run homer to Christopher Negron. Davis was next booed off the mound by the normally polite Colorado fans. Joe Kelly picked up the win, Kenley Jansen the save. The win pushes the Dodgers to a Major League best record of 71-39. Bruce Morton, Denver.
Cubs regaining a share of the lead in the Central Division by downing the St. Louis Cardinals. That was a 2-0 shutout. Yankees over the Diamondbacks 7-5. You're listening to NCN Sports.
Medicaid expansion, school safety, a statewide bond package, the next state budget. North Carolina lawmakers are tackling these and other topics. You can follow all the action with Carolina Journal. How would these proposals affect you, your wallet, your family? Carolina Journal offers answers. Available each month as a free newspaper. Every day online at carolinajournal.com. Carolina Journal, your best source for government news that affects you. Visit carolinajournal.com today.
How do you spell barbecue? Well, folks around here spell it SCNB. That's Smithfield's Chicken and Barbecue. You know, that tender, slow-cooked for 14 hours every day barbecue. The clean, no additive, just pepper, salt, and apple cider vinegar barbecue. A low-calorie, high-protein, great-tasting barbecue that can only be found at Smithfield's Chicken and Barbecue.
Break away from the everyday to Smithfield's Chicken and Barbecue.
As fans duck for cover from foul balls, baseball teams across the country are looking into ways to keep you safe. In 2016, the Durham Bulls installed netting that extended to the end of the dugouts in an effort to improve safety. But Bulls spokesman Matt Suter tells WNCN there's still a problem.
You'll see some instances from Major League Baseball where a player hits a foul ball and a fan gets injured. The player is shaken up. The game has to stop because the players on the field are so affected by those injuries.
That's why the Bulls are considering extending their netting from foul pole to foul pole. Suter says it's his belief that we're inching closer to today that every Major League ballpark and every minor league ballpark will have that extended netting. Carolina Panthers owner David Tepper says his goal is to build a retractable roof stadium in downtown Charlotte within the next 10 years. I'm Tony Rixby, NCN Sports.
Are you a do-it-yourselfer, home builder, or remodeler? If so, bring in the best deal you're getting in Moore County for your flooring, and Hardwood Liquidators will match it and beat it. Right now, we have over 130,000 square feet in our warehouse stacked with solid engineered, laminate, and waterproof luxury vinyl plank. Like the farmhouse look, our farmhouse bandsawn French oak solid flooring starts at $449 a square foot. Financing is available with approved credit. We're at 707 South Pinehurst off Highway 1, right across the street from McNeil Oil. Or call us at 910-757-0478. Hardwood Liquidators. More floor, less money.
Opioid addiction is a crisis in Moore and surrounding counties, but there is a local doctor, Francis Corrigan of Solace Health, helping patients in recovery.
At Solus Health, we have had a great deal of success with opioid addiction treatment using medications such as Suboxone on an outpatient basis. Treatment is low cost as we accept all insurance, including North Carolina Medicaid. The treatment occurs in a very pleasant and private outpatient office setting where patients are treated with compassion and dignity. If you or your loved one needs help with opioid addiction or other drug or alcohol problems, please call us to speak to one of our nurses about our treatment program. We also have extensive experience in transitioning patients from methadone programs to Suboxone outpatient treatment.
Solus Health is located at 285 Olmsted Boulevard in Pinehurst. Call 910-295-7246. All calls are confidential. 910-295-7246 or visit recovermore.com. MOORE.
Born in Napoli, Italy, Sal Doria, owner of Fratello's restaurant in Pinehurst, makes his hand-tossed pizza with the passion of a true Italian. Fresh ingredients, homemade mozzarella, and amore. Come in and experience the ambiance of European luxury, hearty cuisine, warm hospitality, and an outstanding wine and beer list. Military families, come in and 15% of your meal is on us. Every Friday and Saturday night from 6:30 to 9:30, Fratello's welcomes Carolina's favorite piano man, Clarence Levine. Feel like staying in tonight? Fratello's has got you covered with Grubhub and DoorDash, so you can simply call in your order and have it delivered to your doorstep. We're located at 9735 U.S. Highway 15501 in Pinehurst, just a few doors down from Hickory Tavern. Fratello's Restaurant, making you fall in love with food all over again.
Jared Kirk and Amy McBride of the First Casualty Insurance Group in Southern Pines talk about the benefits of being an FCIG customer.
Our agency has been in business since 1984. We are an independent agency, which means that we have numerous carriers. Having multiple carriers benefits our customers because it offers them more options for their coverage and price.
One of the most asked questions we get from our clients is how much do they need to insure their home for? Many clients think they should insure their home based on tax value or what they could sell their home for. Neither is correct.
Insurance carriers want to insure your home for the replacement value. Replacement value is what it would take to rebuild your home back to its current state in the event of a complete loss.
First Casualty Insurance Group of Southern Pines. Call them today at 910-692-8303 or find them on the web at fcignc.com.
Cooper Ford in Carthage is your hometown dealer. Hometown folks who do what they say they're going to do, when and how they say they're going to do it. It's all part of the Cooper Ford promise. And owner Aaron Cooper wants you to know that when you buy a vehicle from Cooper Ford, they're in it for the long haul. Cooper Ford will be with you every step of the way. They'll help you choose the vehicle that's right for you at a price that's right for your budget. And Cooper Ford's commitment doesn't stop there. This long-haul commitment includes certified service after the sale. At Cooper Ford, they know that your time and money is precious, and they promise not to waste either. In fact, they'll lose money if they have to. But from start to finish, Cooper Ford is in it for the long haul. You can't buy a new Ford for less anywhere else in the Sandhills, guaranteed. So come to Cooper Country today, just a few short minutes from the traffic circle off 15501 in Carthage. Start shopping today by visiting Cooper Ford on the web at cooperford.net. Cooper Ford, always working hard to be your hometown dealer.
The Plumbing Night would like to thank all of our valued customers for voting them Best of the Pines for the last 2 years in a row. Extraordinary service and integrity is the lifeblood of the Plumbing Night. Come see us at theplumbingnight.com.
Hello, I'm John Zumwalt, and you're in the Zumwalt Zone. Have you ever seen anything so ridiculous in your life as the Democrat debates? It wouldn't have been quite so bad if it had been a bunch of 8th grade kids, but these were adults. And to make matters even worse, a lot of them were senators or congresspersons, and even a former vice president of the United States. As Jeb Clampett from the Beverly Hillbillies would have said, pitiful, just pitiful. These people acted like they'd never been to D.C. in their lives. They were shocked to wake up and find out about all the problems that existed. They forgot to mention they're the ones who've been passing all these laws that they hate so much. No personal responsibility up there at all. It's always someone else's fault. I wish they had to show their net worth every time they spoke. They love acting like victims. But that's not the worst part. The worst part's the way they're breaking their necks trying to give your money away and my money. Free college, pay off student loans, buy houses for people, $20 an hour minimum wage, blah, blah, blah. Who in the heck do they think is going to pay for all this? But you know what I kept expecting? I wouldn't have been one bit surprised to see our school board chair along with our superintendent stand up in the audience and start yelling, oh, give me some. Can I have some money? I want a couple of million. There's some land for sale in a mosquito-infested swamp, perfect for a school. All right, that's silly. Hope everyone has a good day. From the Zumwalt Zone.
Keep the umbrellas handy for the next several days. Very unsettled weather in the forecast. We'll have some late-day thunderstorms today. Some pockets of heavy rain will be possible. It's going to be hot and steamy with highs in the low 90s, but the heat index close to 100 this afternoon. Some storms early on tonight, then mostly cloudy with lows near 70. Scattered showers and thunderstorms possible again Friday with high temperatures in the low to mid-80s. I'm meteorologist Amy Wilmoth in the Weather Center.
And now, the Sandhills' #1 morning show. Mornings with the Leader Man. Here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. And heard and seen around the world at talk973.com.
The best part of waking up is waking up with us.
Hey, turn up the car radio.
What are you doing? It's Shark Week.
Oh, it's Shark Week?
Oh, right. That's this weekend.
Sharks don't even observe Shark Week, but we do.
This is a big week for me.
So here's some advice I wish I would have got when I was your age.
I'm listening.
Live every week like a Shark Week. You're going to need a bigger show.
I think I can do that.
It's showtime!
Good morning. Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. Welcome back to the most listened to program. It is time once again for Mornings with the Leader Man. I am Steve Leader Adams, along with the Colonel, retired Marine Colonel Jeff Drummond. Good morning, Colonel.
Hey, good morning, Moore County. Unfortunate Aberdeen. Hey, get out the door. You better hurry up. Take some bug spray. Take a little towel with you. Get your walk in. Get your golf in because it's going to be a little nasty here this afternoon.
Lots of water. And don't forget your pets.
Yes.
This morning's show is brought to you by Weichert Realtors, Town and Country. Whether you're ready to buy or sell now, or even a year from now, call the experts at Weichert to get the service that you deserve while buying or selling your home. Weichert Realtors, Town and Country, 910-235-3685. That's 235-3685. And this program also being brought to you by Southern Angel Donuts. While you were sleeping, the Angels were baking fresh, heavenly donuts. Southern Angel Donuts, Homestead Village Shopping Center, open 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. All right, don't forget this program is being seen around the world on a live video stream. That's available right now at talk973.com. Top middle of the page is where that link's located. On your mobile device, YouTube does the work. Just put Mornings with the Leader Man in the search. If you're on your mobile device just needing our audio stream, you can get to that simply with using any streaming service pretty much and put WEEB in the search. And if you're on our website, you just go to the upper right-hand corner of any of our web pages at talk973.com and click on that icon that says Listen Live or an On the Air. Just click it once and you're listening that quick. It's going to be, like the Colonel said, hot and muggy for the next 7 days. Be partly cloudy to mostly cloudy during the days, thunderstorms in the afternoon and evenings. It's going to be muggy, so the temperature will actually be dropping a little bit. 91 today, 71 tonight, then 84, 85, 89, 88 throughout the rest of the next 7 days. But that dew point's going to be pushing 70 or better. That's what's going to get you. Right now around the Sand Hills, winds are calm, visibility 10 statute miles. Pressure is 3012, dew point 68. Humidity 93%. It's sunny and 70 degrees currently here at Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. All righty. It is 8:30 past the hour on this Thursday morning. Things we need to know so we don't sound stupid today. Miley Cyrus is the latest performer to withdraw from the attempted Woodstock 50 concert. Last we heard, the organizers had moved it to Maine and were still hoping to make it happen, but Overnight, that fell apart, so it's off officially.
Moved it to Maine.
Wanted some room.
He wanted to play in front of the black flies, I guess. Huh? Okay.
How bad is that up there in the summer?
The black fly, yeah,
Black
it's bad.
fly.
Yeah, they're bad. Canada, yeah.
Don't they have that in Alaska too?
Yeah. It's all up in that area. There's like a 2-week period where it's just warm enough they come out and fly away with you.
Well, leaving the flies have better sense than we do here in the South. They go up there where it's cool. The British pound fell to a 34-year low on fears of economic disruption from Brexit. 80,000 Kaiser Permanente workers are voting on authorizing a strike. Lisa Marie Presley has signed a book deal to reveal, quote, shocking details of her ex, Michael Jackson, and a new perspective on her father. Thank you very much.
Yes, there you go.
The nephew of gangster John Dillinger has gotten permission to exhume his body from an Indianapolis cemetery in September, more than 85 years after he was killed by FBI agents outside a Chicago theater. No reason's been given yet as to why. Here's why. It's called money.
Yeah, they're doing something. It must be on the History Channel, some show about something stupid. Yeah.
They may not put him back. You know, they could send
prop
him on tour.
up. Yeah, that's right. Put him in a glass, like Lennon.
Or his casket. You know?
Yeah.
Because I doubt most people would want to see the remains inside.
Well, I don't know. It'd be interesting to find out what he's got in mind.
The heat wave that just roasted Europe is now toasting Greenland, home of the world's second largest ice sheet.
Yep.
That means they're expecting significant ice melt. Just this month, Greenland's ice sheet lost 160 billion tons of ice, the equivalent of 64 million Olympic-sized swimming pools. The Antarctic is always in flux. The west side of it, crumbles into the sea.
Right.
The east side has doubled and tripled in size.
Right.
Because of the cold weather.
Yes.
Antarctic is a desert with less than 2 inches of rain every year. But since it never melts, it tends to accumulate.
Yes. Yeah, there you go. Well, Greenland, in the Middle Ages, apparently was a thriving area because of the heat wave. And there are numerous communities, middle-aged communities, et cetera, that are buried under the ice there. So maybe some of those will, reappear and people can move back in.
All right, today's impossible question. 40% of us don't buy a car that doesn't have this. What is this?
A radio.
No.
Tires.
I won't go very far without them.
A spare, I don't know.
No. A cup holder.
A cup holder.
Yeah.
Won't buy a car without a cup holder. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well,
Got to have a place for the beer, how it is.
Yeah, that's right. Is it big enough for a wine bottle or a bottle of scotch? Yeah, okay.
Some of them. According to statistics, when it comes to online dating profiles, the one thing women are most likely to lie about is their what?
Oh, their age.
Oh, no.
No.
Weight.
Their weight.
Men are most likely to lie about their...
everything.
Ding, 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 ding. But job was number one.
Their job, okay, yeah.
1 out of 3 Americans can't name a single Christmas present from last year.
1 out of 3? Yeah, sounds probably true.
Yeah, I can name mine. Nothing.
You didn't even get a donut?
Not a donut. If you're up to it, raking leaves in your yard can burn up to 429 calories in 90 minutes.
Yes, that's hey, that gets your shoulders and elbows and upper arms working too. Yes, it does.
It works your arthritis over if you have arthritis in your shoulders.
Yes, it does.
You could have seen far more of these 50 years ago, but today, 72% of these say they don't even, or I'm going to rephrase it, 72% of stay-at-home moms say they don't even own this.
A toaster.
No, but good guess. An apron.
An apron. Yeah. Okay, all right. Well.
You don't see those anymore, do you?
No, probably not. I haven't looked for one.
You would see, according to USA Today, people responding to pulling the blankets off the bed more than anything else when waking up.
Yeah, that.
Oh, if you want to get them out of the bed, snatch all the cover off.
Yeah, that works.
Get up, Johnny.
Yeah.
Clean up your bed, make your bed, and go to school.
We're rolling the bed over, one of the two.
Yeah, well, then you see their stash of Playboys. At least in the olden days. If you get caught stealing supplies, you better get fired, but 9%, take two, Steve. If you get caught stealing supplies, you probably get fired. But 9% of people admit to doing it at work anyway. When it comes to household chores, 80% of women, 80% of the time, women make the bed. And the most frequently roasted nuts are, no, not those.
Chestnuts.
No.
Yeah, there are no chestnuts anymore.
Almonds.
Almonds, okay.
Almonds. Man, is there anything they can't make out of an almond? They make milk out of it. You go,
well, there's almond butter. Almonds are supposedly one of the best of the nut family to eat. So, yeah.
Who knew there was milk in an almond?
Yeah, you squeeze anything hard enough, you get some milk out of it.
That actually tastes pretty close to the real McCoy.
Yes, yeah, and it doesn't have
all the fat and sugars and everything else. It's pretty good. What else we got? Oh, yeah. All right, well, okay, Snurdly. I get it. All right, we'll go to our rim shots yet next. See if we can slap a smile on your face with all this clever stuff. Selena Gomez says, let me get rid of stuff that's clogging my system tray. Okay. Selena Gomez says her new music will be personal. Now enjoy her new single, Bite Me, Justin Bieber. Amy Schumer will have a new sitcom on Hulu. Production hasn't started yet, but it's already not funny.
Right. A ripoff, too. Yeah, she's probably stealing scripts from other shows.
Man, it's just nothing but an hour of hate Trump stuff.
Yeah.
How she's so superior to everybody else with her fat little bottom.
Yeah.
She's had a kid, and we got to hear all the kid crap.
Right.
Why is it comedians think
anybody wants
as soon as
to
they have a kid, we got to hear all the funny little stories of your kid?
Right.
It's like, if you don't have a kid, you definitely don't have an interest.
Well,
if you do, you don't want to hear your stories.
She'll probably steal those stories from other people and ascribe them to her kid, so, you know.
Yeah. Martin Scorsese and Robert De Niro are teaming up for a new movie. It's a follow-up to Raging Bull called Swelling Prostate. A former American Idol star will likely spend at least a decade behind bars after pleading guilty to possession of drugs with intent to distribute. The jury was still easier on her than Simon Cowell, though. Jerry Garcia would have been 77 today. He died in 1995, which comes as news to some Grateful Dead heads out there.
Hey, that's what drugs do for you people.
No, man, he ain't dead. I'm still following the band, man.
Yeah, I heard him on the radio yesterday. That's right.
The L.A. Clippers unveiled plans for a new billion arena. Now, the bad news, it will feature the L.A. Clippers in there.
Yeah.
The 2020 Olympic medals will be made from recycled electronics. It will be fun to watch. We both got doused at the same time, didn't we? Talking about cold sweetening the air here. I'm passing out. Get it lit, Colonel.
I don't want to blow up here. I'm being careful.
Methane gas factory, man. I use, what's the scent I use?
I don't know.
It's a good
Burberry. Anti-dog scent.
No, it's a very good. Village, let's see, Rain.
Rain.
Rain
Okay.
is the color. It's the smell. And it smells good, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
I could get the coffee one.
Much better.
That would make you happy.
Much better than the alternative. Yeah.
The 2020 Olympic medals will be made from recycled electronics. It will be fun to watch Chinese athletes reunite with stuff that they made as toddlers. There's a petition to move Halloween to the last Saturday in October. I started a petition to move Thanksgiving to whenever my relatives can attend.
Yeah, there you go.
A preschooler in China who had been dangling from a sixth-floor balcony was caught safely by bystanders using a blanket. The boy was uninjured and able to return to the boy was uninjured and was able to return that day to the same job that he had at the iPhone factory. It was supposed to be funny, but I botched it. Utah is now letting government employees work from home, which sounds great until you remember this is Utah, so being home means being nagged to death by 14 wives.
Oh, dear.
And CNN hosted night 2 of the Democratic presidential debates from Detroit. The winner, everyone who did not watch. It was Biden's first trip to Detroit since Henry Ford took him for a spin back when he made his first Model T Ford. And that's your rim shots for today. All right, it is 43 past the hour. Make sure I got some before I go starting it up. And just one. Let's look at the previous day, shall we?
One rim shot?
No. Let's see. Archives. Here we go. Let's see. What's the day?
1st of August.
August. Let's try yesterday because we didn't do it and see if we got more then. Yep, we got 2. I like to do it always with 2.
Yeah.
Okay. Before I crank up the motor here and get everybody all excited and have one story to peter out to. I don't know. Gotta have 2. Man.
I'll get you, my pretty, and your little dog, too.
Of course you will.
What we've got here is failure disputed.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do?
All right, my friends, it's time once again. Prance across the floor to style the Duke, John Wayne. Open up your closet doors, look at all 30 of our safes. Today we're going to go to safe number 23. Open her up and let the Colonel reach in and grab our weapon of choice this morning.
Well, didn't we have this a couple of weeks ago? It was a Colt Peacemaker. We'll go with that one, 45.
All right, Wyatt Earp's gun.
And a 10-gallon hat.
Yeah, I'll take it. And a horse whip to slap people with. Say, don't feel good, does it? All right, we'll pin on our badge, grab 5 cans of whoop ass, throw that Peacemaker into our holster, and out the door we go. And relentless pursuit of stupid criminal news. Stupid criminal news number 1 this morning. Everyone hated the trend where people were licking ice cream and putting it back in the freezer, but this is the alternative. We did talk about this yesterday, but back to the licking. The police in West Muffin, Pennsylvania, have been hunting a woman who went to a Walmart last Wednesday and peed on top of the potatoes. They were on the floor level, so she squatted, peed, and took off. An employee spotted her, so the store got rid of all the potatoes, sanitized the area. But the woman got out the door, so the police released surveillance footage of her to track her down. Her surveillance footage of her walking out of the store, not, watering the produce.
God.
Anyway, after the story blew up yesterday, the woman turned herself in. Turned out she's a 20-year-old woman named Grace Brown, and she's facing charges of indecent exposure and public drunkenness. Somehow you knew liquor was involved.
Yeah, she needs to go dry out.
So why'd she do it, you say? Well, she said it was, quote, she wasn't thinking. You think? She doesn't remember doing it. Uh-huh. The West Muffin Police Department said, quote, honestly, I think she thought it was a toilet.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I always think potatoes look like toilets, too, don't you?
Yeah, big pile of potatoes. That's right. That's a toilet. Yeah. I don't even want to think about that. That's bad news there.
All right, Super Criminal News number 2. Sometimes the criminals just deliver themselves, I guess. A 19-year-old woman who was driving drunk in Irvine, California around 3:30 in the morning on Monday, and she crashed her Range Rover into a gate outside of a building. That building was the county jail. Didn't have to go far to make the bust.
Yeah.
She was arrested for DUI and booked into the jail. Here's your sign for being an idiot. And that, my friends, is your stupid criminal news for this Thursday.
Seriously, you can't make stuff up like that. I mean, it's just...
They make it so easy. Okay. Well, you know what follows criminal news, don't you? Everybody's favorite part of the program when you get to put your arm in the air and put your fingers up is called for.
And now it's time for...
Random facts.
1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, the random facts for today may be a spare if you're good. Bob Ross made 1,143 paintings during his career on PBS.
Wow.
The majority of them are stored at the headquarters of Bob Ross, Inc. in Virginia, and his business partner says they don't have any plans to sell them because that, quote, wasn't really Bob's thing. Nice to be so smothered in money.
Well,
the opposite...
It's PBS, so he made millions, I'm sure, off the taxpayers for that.
The opposite of ambidextrous is ambivalence. It's when someone's clumsy with both hands.
Okay.
Why, you're ambivalent.
Or drunk. One of the two, I don't know.
Well, I got news for you. I can bitch slap you with the back of my hand. See how ambivalent I am then. There's only one tea plantation in America. It's in South Carolina and is owned by the Bigelow Tea Company.
Right.
The first lesbian kiss on primetime network TV was on L.A. Law back in 1991. The first gay male kiss was in 2000 on Dawson's Creek.
Neither show of which I watched, so, okay.
One of the main reasons Blu-ray beat HD DVD is because Sony included a Blu-ray player in the PlayStation 3 to get it into tons of houses. And because of the cost, they lost $200 on every PlayStation 3 they sold, about $3 billion total. Wow.
Ouch.
All that to win a fight? Which is better? It's like the Betamax versus the VHS.
Right. Yeah.
The Betamax was better.
Yes, it was.
Whole lot better. But
and now nobody has either one.
Yeah, all those porn tapes on Betamax and no way to watch them. What's a fella to do? All right, Colonel. Let's see. You got to exercise your brain a little bit today. So let's wear you down with some trivia. Just random trivia.
Okay.
But before we do that, we're going to test your knowledge with products from yesterday and today.
Oh, okay. Well.
Now, when these products come out, these marketers spend hundreds of millions of dollars trying to drive into your head their logo or their catchphrase. And we're going to see how many of them the Colonel knows as we play slogans off. All right, for example, these are the classic ones. Don't let a 1% difference cost you twice as much.
Don't know.
Sprint, trying to advertise crappy coverage here.
Yeah, okay. Yep.
When there's no tomorrow.
When there's no tomorrow, that's it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
FedEx.
FedEx, okay.
Is that the dog snoring?
Yes, it is.
Eat fresh.
Oh, yeah, I've heard that one, but I can't think of what product.
Subway.
Subway, that's it. Yeah,
maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's blank.
Oh, that's that's the hair color one. I don't know. No?
Maybelline.
Maybelline, okay, yeah.
Have it your way.
Oh.
You know this one.
Yeah, that's the, well, I don't know. Is it Burger King or Hard? Yeah, okay.
There you go. Yeah. All right, here are the modern slogans of well-known companies that have spent millions and millions of dollars trying to drive it into your head. Let's see how good a job they have done. Share a blank.
Share a blank. Nope.
Coke.
Coke. Okay.
Bring your straw.
Yeah, that's right. Paper straw.
Yeah. Your pet, our passion.
Oh, that's PetSmart.
Purina.
Purina dog. Okay.
Be more human.
Be more human. I have no clue what that would be.
That's your wife. No, it's Red Book.
Red Book. Oh, magazine?
Nah. No, is it? Yeah, I guess it is. Be what's next.
I haven't heard any of these.
Microsoft. And lastly, live boldly.
Live boldly? Mm-hmm. I don't know. It sounds like Maxwell House Coffee or something.
Revlon. All right, so let's do the trivia. These random trivias. And some of them are, I took out the ones that were just ridiculously hard. So some of these are easy. Some of them not quite as easy. Let's see how you do. In 1863, in an 1863 proclamation, U.S. President declared what day to be the national holiday?
Thanksgiving.
That's right. Boy, he's just snoring up a storm, isn't he? If a rubber band weighs 40 milligrams, how many of them will weigh 1 kilogram?
Oh, man. 40? I can't do the math that quick.
All right, it'll be 25,000.
Yeah, I need a pencil and paper.
I would too, in about a half an hour. What is the most ferocious freshwater fish in the world?
The northern pike. Nope.
I think more Central America.
Oh, piranha?
Piranha.
Oh, all right.
Edward Teach, an Englishman who turned to an extremely savage form of piracy, was better known by what colorful name?
Blackbeard.
Blackbeard. Louis Armstrong was born July 4th, 1900 in what city?
Oh, man. Was he St. Louis?
No. On the same river, though.
Memphis.
No. South.
Further south?
Yeah.
New Orleans. Then.
New Orleans.
Okay.
That's
yeah.
right.
Oh, yeah. Jeez.
Nolens.
Yeah.
This Steubenville, Ohio high school dropout became a boxer, stole hubcaps, bootlegged whiskey, and worked in a steel mill. He went on to become a world-famous actor and singer and died in 1995. Who was he?
A boxer?
That's what it says.
Died in 1995. Huh.
Mr. Everybody Loves Somebody Sometime. Dean Martin.
Dean Martin was a boxer?
That's what it says.
Okay, well, that would, I couldn't get around the boxer thing. I didn't associate him with boxing.
I may mispronounce this because it's a foreign word. But if you order arroz con pollo, what in English did you order?
I don't know. Chicken.
Chicken with rice. I'll give you credit.
Pollo. That's what, okay, Palo. P-O-L-L-O?
Yeah.
Yeah, pollo. Chicken.
If the first 7 U.S. presidents all have appeared on currency except for one, who is that one?
The one that has not appeared on the currency.
Of the first 7 presidents.
First 7. Adams.
That's right, John Adams. The Winter Olympics, called the biathlon, comprises of what 2 events? You know this.
I should, but it's not coming to me. Running is...
no.
What do you...
Winter Olympics.
Oh, the Winter Olympics. Oh, all right. Well, that's the cross-country skiing and shooting.
That's right.
What you're talking about.
That's
all
right.
Okay, gotcha. All right.
Rifle shooting and cross-country skiing.
Right.
When 24-year-old John Singleton was nominated for an Academy... out of time. Well, you did very well on that. All right, so it goes for this Thursday. Have yourself a great, safe day. We'll see you back bright and early tomorrow, 7 to 9, for a TSIF. Thanks, Steve. It's Friday. Until then, be sure to support all the mom and pop businesses you hear on our airways because they are the backbone of our economy here in Moore County. Your money will stay here, roll over, and create jobs for all of us. And don't forget, millions of Americans have fought and they have died to give and protect the freedoms that you get to enjoy today. So live today worthy of their and their family's sacrifice. I'm Steve Leader Adams and the Leader Man, and Nick and Colt the Dog. We'll all see you at 2 o'clock this afternoon at the hot, steamy dog park.